tools which can be handy in the academy.
Thank you, Faisal. And thank you, Asim, for a good insight on how consultancy is and how we should be taking up in these vital. I really liked that session. I learned a lot, and I will be coming back to you with a lot of questions. So that's a great thing. Good morning, good evening, everyone. And I can see some really new people, and I just turned on my camera. I think it's Salvapuri time here in Pakistan, right? It's almost like the time where we are more or less planning to have our breakfast. Now, now, and also same here. I just had my coffee and that's it. And I will be like showing you a session regarding the power automate and AI. It's an interesting topic that I feel should be part of it. Just a second. Let me know if you guys can see my screen, first of all. Okay. Is it visible?
Yes.
That's great. So the slides are pretty small. Why? Because I will be planning to do a more or less walkthrough session. So less talking and more coding and less bubble apps. So what is Power Automate and AI? I will just start off with a small introduction about myself. This is me, Sajab, and I've been working with in specifically in CRM domain for like around 11 years now. And if you ask me from a perspective of how my expertise lies in, it's more or less in CRM, and slowly from past couple of 2 years, I've started working in Power Platform as well, understanding what is Power Apps, how Canvas apps are designed, and similarly what the Power Automate holds in. And also, when I started my career, it was relatively a new thing, like working in CRM when people were working more in, Java, .NET, and, iOS, Android. I remember it was the hot topic at that time. But I, as a person, took a small decision and, went on a journey to uh, learn and conquer the CRM. And it was easily done. So these are my some social details here at the bottom. I'm not a Facebook person. Apologies for that. I am available on LinkedIn and Twitter. I just shared my LinkedIn username and all, sorry, and the Twitter account as well. Please, regarding this session, I would love to hear from you guys again. Tweet here or regarding any feedback, any discussion, or any trend we want to start off, for a Power Automate, and it will be really helpful for us to uh, collaborate further as well, because all these training sessions are arranged, but to be honest, these training sections are not something that shows us that we are much more experienced or have more knowledge. No, it's something we want to share it with you and learn back from you as well. So it's always, I always love to learn back from the community. I have posted a lot of trainings in past. Some people came back to me with some questions. It gave me an idea. I read more about it and I learned a lot. So thanks for that. So it's I will be loving to hear from you guys during down the line the session, and also more about the any feedback or any improvement thing that you see. So as you can see here, it's a brief introduction of how what is Flow, what is Logic App, and all these things. I think we are pretty much aware of it. I would just put it up there for the sake of presenting. And yes, this is sort of a my and Mandalorian saying that this low code is no code is the way. So this what I will be showing right now today is more of a low code no code automation and AI, how we can merge them together and see how these two work out together. So that's it. So let's move on towards the next screen. So I'll be switching my screen, and do let me know if you guys can see it out. Can you see my Chrome screen available in front of you? If the Chrome is not coming up, please do let me know down the line. So the first screen that you are seeing here is the standard make.power app screen. And in this particular screen, what I want to show you is that some things are already there and are hidden
I don't
that
think
No, we
you are
are
not
only
seeing
seeing
it.
the slide deck.
Okay, perfectly fine. Thank you for pointing it out again. Just a second, let me reshare again. Okay, can you see now? Is it visible?
Yes, it is now.
That's great. That's great. That's great. And so the first thing is that this there is a tool here when we logged into make.power powers up, there is a thing, there is a tool here at the left hand side. You can see AI Builder. What is an AI Builder? And this is something that is already available to us. And I think pretty much of us who are working on Power Automate or Power Apps, I feel we didn't saw that. That's my thinking. But if we had it, that's good. I want to hear from you that, okay, what I did or covered in this session, please do share a tweet around it, or maybe we can have a discussion around it after the call as well. So here you can see on the left side, when I log into a Power Apps, make.powerapps, just start remembering this URL, make.powerapps.com. And on the left side, you see here, there is something called build and model, AI Builder. So, and please feel free to cut me off in case if you have any confusion. You can drop sort of a question over the chat, and definitely Faisal and Hazel who are monitoring it will be definitely pointing out the question in front of me again. So this is a build part. And you can see over here, there are a couple of things that you see in front of you. For the sake of time, and unfortunately, I wish I can go in each one of them in detail. I will be just, going into that one that is I'm planning to show you, the form processing, or more or less processing something from a PDF or just like that. So all these categories have their own, benefits and AI power and capabilities linked to them. Like object detection is something if you are trying to detect some sort of image that, okay, is this something, this is that or that. Prediction is something if you want to have a sort of a sentiment analysis sort of a thing, like, okay, my customer base, or what if I am getting this much of input, what should I conclude from it. Entity extraction is also information about your business from data, various sources, category classification. So what I'm doing right now here is form processing. Form processing is something, you feed the system with some information that surrounds, like, okay, what kind of things are available in the document, and you can. So I will just creating a quick one that is called AI model demo with awesome community. So I miss autocorrect. So create it. Now, once I create this, it's the first step. You are inside the AI builder. Now, the question arises, okay, we created it, but what's next? Yeah, what's next is you need to have a set of fields defined. Now, why you're setting up a field here? It's because you need to, because whenever we upload a document or anything, we need to just sort of mark it out, like what we are expecting from the document. Like for my case, it will be, I'm just planning to upload an invoice. I will say invoice. I will say order. It will be order here. I will say amount. Yep. Okay. So for the sake of simplicity, I'm just adding 3 here. Now, if you can see over here at the bottom, I have the option to click next. Perfect. Now, the collection part. The collection part is the part where you are like sort of feeding the system how the AI should work here. So if you say new collection, it will be asking you, okay, sir, please share some couple of documents, and which documents you want. You can go here, and here's the awesome part. You have option available to even do it from SharePoint, from Azure Blob, or even from your local drive as well. So if I go here in my local drive, I sort of downloaded some invoices that I already got. So let me just sort of these are 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is 5. I uploaded them. Oh, is it uploaded? Yeah, is it? Now upload the 5 document. So what's happening here is that I'm feeding the system and I'm telling him, yeah, you know what? These are the documents. Just go through them and try to find out, like study them. The AI brain, and is sort of feeding on it. Now the next step is to analyze. Like I will be doing, it's a Microsoft invoice that I usually get. I'm not sure why, but Power BI invoice I'm getting from past 1 year with a $0 amount. So this is something I found that, why, like, it would be a good case study. I can create something out of it. So as I said, that anything we can benefit from, even though this is just a simple invoice that I am rarely using it. So what it's doing right now, it's doing sort of mapping out all those information there and seeing out, okay, this information exists, this is this there, and it's just like sort of digesting the whole form. And after some minutes, obviously, it will be creating this whole analysis for us, and will be telling us, oh, you know what, I have done it, and I have sort of analyze whole this document. So let's just give it some time. Let me duplicate the screen. Meanwhile, let me know if you have any issue in seeing the screen, and also please feel free to continue this discussion. I want to hear from you guys, or even right now, even after our the presentation. And let us continue this learning part. See over here, this invoice got uploaded. So let's give it a couple of, that's good. So what is it? AC tax invoices that I have. Now, I know people think AI is something, smart enough. I would say no. AI is something just like a kid. I have two sons, and when I just like I'm teaching them the words, the basic things, this is how you learn, then they sort of groom themselves to a level that they start thinking from their mind and start taking decision from their own. Same is the case when we think of AI. I know some people think AI is something that is informed terminator. No, that's not the case. It's too far, it's there, but it's not that soon enough. So it's something, we have to sort of feed the system here. Now it's a simple thing. You can see on the right side I created these fields with you guys. So what I will do, okay, where is the invoice ID? Yeah, this is bill to ID. Yeah, this is the invoice ID. Yep, map it out. Invoice. Okay, where is the order? Where is the order? I don't see any order here. Yeah, it's a GUID ID, but let me choose bill to ID as order ID, just for the sake of simplicity. And where is the amount? As I said, it was a $0 invoice amount, so I'm not sure why I'm getting it till today, but yeah, let's see. So done. I feed it the system, just like when I'm nowadays teaching my son, sort of a tracing how to trace a word, how to say A, how to say write B. So similarly, I taught the AI that this is the bill ID, this is the amount due. So this way, in future, when such even similar document will come, it will be smart enough to do the analysis on your own. So that's why it asks you for 5 documents, so to feed on. And you see that for the next part, it already mapped him. So go to the next one, it already mapped him. So you see, it's a quick learner. It's not something we have to teach and again. But yes, we have to. If you want to map out around 7 to 8 or maybe 10 fields, then yes, we have to sort of, maybe it will reconfirm the mapping. So here we go. Here we go. That's there. And once this is done, you see at the bottom, we see a new button, optional. So I will say next. And I will say, you know what, my device is done. I just train it. And this is the best part, train the AI. Now what AI is doing, it's using that same document, mapping out all those fields, and it's done because it was a simple one. I didn't give him a challenging task. So you see over here, it's already trained. So now it's asking us, okay, do you want to publish it? I say yes, I want to publish it. Because why I want to publish it? Once this is published, I can use that in my Power Automate. Now give it a second or so, some time, and I will be jumping towards the next phase. It takes some time. So don't worry. I'm hardly a 2 or 3 seconds. But yes, meanwhile, we can go towards. Oh, yes, look, it's done. So use model. Okay, now you see over here. I just click use model and it's giving me, okay, where you want to use this model. So all these low code, no code is the way, as I say, along with the Mandalorian saying that, you know what, this is how you can quickly use an AI. It's a simple scenario. I don't want to, hopefully I didn't, burst up anyone's expectation. They were thinking like, okay, we will be, Skynet will be operated from this session. If that was the case, I apologize for that. But yes, I want to give you, these sort of enthusiasm, sorry, sort of an excitement and sort of a thought-provoking idea in your mind that, what, this is something that is already there and you can use that using nothing. It's just a simple click and go forward situation. No, I won't be using that because I already, for the sake of time, I already created, yeah, the Power Automate here. So I will be going here in the Power Automate. So this Power Automate, if you can see Flow, MS Flow window in front of you, and to be sure that what, I'm also learning and I want to show you my failures as well. That's what I wanted to show, said in the earlier, that what, see these failures. So after that, there is success. So for all of you guys who are trying to learn, who are planning to learn AI or something like that, don't get demotivated. Keep on trying, keep on learning, and keep on teaching me as well. Please come to me, please tag me, please have sort of have a discussion with me over any time you want, and I would love to learn from you and also try to teach the little bit experience that I have right now. So now, once this is there, and I will be going to the edit part. Now, once this opens up, just a second. Yep, it's a simple scenario. I didn't do any sort of a complex thing. Uh, that I just wanted to, because of the sake of time, I wanted to give you the flavor of it. That this is how you cook a Power Automate and an AI-based recipe. This is how, and it's really good. I hope you will be liking it. And so you see over here, what I did is that I just linked to, a LinkedIn, sorry, to uh, a SharePoint, and I just gave it my SharePoint URL. Just a second. This Teams pop-up always annoys me. I'm sorry about that. It always comes up in front of my tab. Just a second. Let me just drag it down. Okay. So over here, I have a SharePoint that where I already created a site here, and you know what? I just sort of link that same site. Sorry for switching windows. Apologies for that. If someone is not, I will be trying to be slow when I'm trying to switch the windows. So when I create a folder here, it's just nothing that is linked to this SharePoint. It's simple thing. I just created a new site over SharePoint, created a new folder, told him the path and everything, and that's it. Now here the magic comes in. You see over here, this is my AI model. The one that you see here, it was the practice one, and this is the one that I created with for the awesome community that we have right now, and who just woke up early on a Saturday morning, even though, and some of them are still awake. Maybe it's almost end of Saturday there. I'm not sure about the time zone, but thank you everyone for whoever is here on this session and are came here to learn things. So, and also you see, I just mentioned out what type of document that I'm expecting from the AI. So you see all these things. I will just show you how the section is added. It's just like a small low code, no code thing. So here you see this is an AI builder connector. I just selected that. Now it's asking me, what do you want to do? You remember in this at the start, we had 4 or 5 sort of a module there. And here right now you see couple of models here, all those models being sort of a breakdown, like image processing, how which what do you need to from image, recognize text in image, recognize objects in images. All these things are here available. So you see how easy it is to use AI on your Power Automate. And let me give you a scenario here. I think most of you will be thinking, okay, thank you Mr. for the session, but where I can use it. Well, this is the invoice processing part. You can create records. You can create an approval process around it. Power Automate gives you the approval process option available to send out that approval email to your respective maybe sales head so that he can approve it, or you can send it out to sort of a customer to sign it. So these all things are there in when it comes to Power Automate. This is the power that you have when you are uploading a document. Maybe you have another system like SAP, ERP, any other AX, Sage, financial suite, Oracle financial suite that have this invoice information, and you cannot integrate it, or maybe because of this reason. So this whole situation gives you the power to get that, analyze it, use that for any action that pleases you. So hopefully this will give you something to think about. Now, so this is simple, and I will just sort of deleting for the sake of time. I was just deleting. Apologies for that. And you see over here, this is what I selected. I already told him that what this form, what is coming from the above, the step is the thing that you need to sort of utilize the file content, like the file you have to read. Now here is the interesting part. Now you see over here, this is some mapping that I already did, and I created a small Excel sheet here. So you can see over here, this is the Excel sheet, and I will be just trying to map that here. So what I will say is that just remove it. Do remember when you are, I think, I'm not sure if any one of you have a customer engagement background or anything, but just like a lookup in CE database, there are 3 fields created. So same is the case here when you are look side of a using a model builder. Be sure that sorry, any question, any issue? Sorry, I heard some voice. That's fine. Okay, fine. Thank you. So so be sure that you select the good part here and do like let me show you. I selected invoice here, right? Oh, sorry, invoice. Oh, I spelled it wrong. My bad. I say invice. Okay. Okay, fine. It's a funny name now. So it can be a hashtag. Okay, we had an invice session. So so okay, I need some more time next time. Okay, so for this part, here invoice key location, its value location, all these things, if you think from a perspective of AI, it's giving you where this thing lie on the document as well, because it's sort of a, I'm not expert like what these values will help us here, but for me as a consultant, as a customer engagement consultant, for me, the important part is the value part. So if I go here, value page number, key page number, value location, invoice, and MySQL location and display name and value. Sorry, there are too many. As I said, value. I will just select that. So I will select here invoice value and okay, and I will go down here to order and order value. Come on. Oh, this is one annoying part. I would say, um, so but no worries. Rest of the things are awesome. So amount. So you see over here amount. I think amount value page is there. Nope. Yep. So I just mapped out all those fields here, and what I will be doing is just saving this record. It's saved, perfectly saved. And what I will be doing here is that, once this is saved, all these information are saved here, I will be, sort of running the flow by uploading a document in the SharePoint and seeing out these fields getting populated. Similar, it's just a simple trigger point just to show you the capability, the power of, this whole scenario that I just created in front of you. So here I go to the files. Unfortunately, I have all $0 invoice. I was thinking to use my PTCL bill, but it was too messy to, just to power automate to understand that as well. So apologies for that, for using a pretty straightforward, so simple scenario for the sake. Okay, now uploading is happening. Uploading. And yes, the uploading is done. Now let me go back to the invoice part. And okay, oh, sorry, my bad. Go back to the flow and open it up. Oh, good. Oh no, it's running. I think it's running. It didn't run. Perfect. It will be running. Or is it not saved yet? I did say save it, right? Let me quickly check. Okay, maybe it was not saved. That's why it's not coming up. Okay, save it. And I will just sort of re-uploading the document. Apologies for this small glitch. Let's see. And saved. Okay, perfect. And that's there. And I will be just uploading. So, oh, sure, it's happened. That's great. 30 bucks. It did it up. Ta-da! So you can see here, it worked by the way. It's slow, but it's slow and steady wins the race case. But you see, it inserted the information here. Sorry, it studied a third line because when I was testing it, two records were inserted here. So you see over here, this is the information I got it. And if I go back to the particular document again, I deleted that. No worry. Let's upload one more. Aren't you getting excited? Like how simply we did this whole situation, how simply we created and it's all done. And hardly, if you ask me, it's like an hour game, a couple of hour game once you get familiar with the system. So with that, I just wanted to give you some flavor. I know I would love to go again and again with you guys on this session because it's pretty interesting to have such sessions and but to keep the time constraint and keeping and the other speakers session intact. Unfortunately, I have been ending the session a couple of minutes early so that I can hear from you if you have any questions or answers. Okay, here you go. The next one is also added. So do you have any question, any feedback, or any further queries? Please do let me know. Or if you think you need some time to grasp what you just took the notes about, you can definitely approach me. Yes, sir.
So, yeah, a couple of points in a chat window that if you can quickly have a look at those points. If there's any question, feel free to answer. If not, then we'll continue with the next speaker. Thank you.
Oh, okay, sure. So, sorry, do we have some questions here, right? Oh, yes. Thank you, Asif. Asif, I totally agree. I cannot agree more. It's slow, but yes, this is like, from a process perspective, it won't be that, once you schedule it out, you don't need to worry about. But yes, when you're doing a demo with a 30-minute time constraint, yes, this is too slow. But I agree. 5 copies are enough or not? No, it's not enough. It's, just like, when it consider this way, AI, consider this AI just like teaching your son or your niece or your like small children's, that you need some time and patience. So that's what, you have to teach a multiple documents. The more the documents you give, the more combination you give, the better it is. But 5 is minimum, at least for. So in some server, after approval is processed for a user, can we start some processes? Yes, indeed. Sorry, I was not able to, because of the sake of time, I didn't. Initially, I planned to use the approval cycle, but when I reran the whole presentation, it was not coming up in 30 minutes. But yes, you can do it. You can have multiple ways to that. Doesn't take a lot of processing if you're not sharing your video. I think yes, maybe you're right. Here an AI pro tip that it doesn't take time. Yeah, like it's too quick. It's because we are sharing. So you know what? That's a pro tip, I think. So any other suggestion to keep off your video for just with yep. I think that's right. And
All good.
any other
Perfect.
on it? Okay. Thank you
Yes,
everyone for your
perfect.
time. Stay with us and please over back to you, Faisal, another.
Thank you.